Welcome back to Life at the Outpost. Cowboys are on a winning streak, 3 for 3 after this weekend. Pretty good results. I mean, we're building, getting better each week.
Defense is improving.
Yeah, positive to see. Still not where it should be, but yeah,
Definitely not where it should be. But
Yep.
I think we can at least breathe a little easier
Hmm.
and not pull any hair out.
Yeah, slight sigh of relief.
Watching, I'd probably say what is last week better mid defense.
Yeah,
This week better line defense, I'd say.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, this game against the Roosters we just played, I mean, no one gave us an opportunity or a shot, but I think everyone did their role.
I think cows are paying like $7 or something.
It ended up being about $6 or $5 or $6.
I think
You're right.
1 to 12 was $7.
Yeah,
I think it was,
yep, for that, yep. Yeah, no one gave us a shot, but everyone did their role. They did what they were meant to do, and paid off well. It did worked wonders, which was good to see. It was very positive, which was good. Last week's game against the Tigers. Now that one, I might let you talk a little bit on it because you were actually there. I got to watch a bit of it, but you were there. That one looked at first maybe like it was going to be quite tough, or it was. It was a tough fight. You know, we're seeing classic stuff happen. You know, kicks a kick to 12, ending up in a try, which shouldn't have.
Yeah.
But yeah,
of all people.
yep.
Again, that was where that game. Look, with that game, our line defense was not the greatest. That's for sure.
Yep.
Appy was very good at exposing us.
Yep.
That's definitely for sure as well. Galvin also did pretty well.
Yep.
I think the big thing to take away from this one, I mean, there was some contentious stuff. Let's be honest. There's some very contentious stuff. You could probably even argue that the Tigers are down 2 of those tries.
Yeah.
If we didn't have that sin bin, which was not a sin bin, but nevertheless,
Yeah.
Look, the Tigers did play a pretty good game, and they stuck in pretty much maybe 60 minutes or so, 65 minutes.
Almost the whole thing.
Yeah,
right.
It was a good gun. It was a good gun.
Yep.
But yeah, I think we just sort of edged them out, and then just sort of we just laid on points after that.
It was probably just it was almost like it was the Tigers we were playing, and you know, not the Broncos or Dolphins or Penrith or Storm. Yeah, exactly right.
Yes, a team that's good at second half footy.
Yeah, not to take anything away from the Tigers because they have improved this year. They've been showing improvement for sure.
Time.
Their errors have been letting them down, unfortunately, which they did again. But it was a better showing from the Cowboys. I think the end scoreline looks a bit more exorbitant or excessive compared to how it was for most of the game or most of the start of the game. But
and I will say as well that even though Val missed 10 minutes of the game,
yep,
which he shouldn't have missed,
but
try and stay clear of that. But which also was said that it shouldn't have been sin bin. But anyway, we'll steer clear. We'll steer clear.
Yeah.
I think Val played an excellent game.
Yeah,
the entire game.
He did, yeah.
And he really made them fear that left side.
Coming back after, like you said, that 10 minutes that he sat down, you didn't see him sort of drop off or he wasn't out of the game. He came back and I would say arguably went harder, really.
Even harder, yeah, I'd say. Yeah.
Yep.
It was very good.
That game, I guess we saw a few people get their origin call-ups off that one. So Talangi, Dearden, we know Holmes gets the call up as well. Robson's actually got the hooking role for New South Wales, which is good. Our man Cotter, and who else are we missing from the Cowboys squad here?
Fear the deer, baby.
Yeah, Dearden. Mentioned Dearden, yeah. Dearden and Holmes. I think I might have missed Holmes, possibly. Pretty under strength, you would say, leading into our game against the Roosters this weekend, which, oddly enough, I think they played arguably better. Which is not to point fingers, but I think everyone again got in. They just like I said before, they did their job, did their role. And
I won't say that it was like the people that came in to replace those people that played better as well. I think they played well, especially Jackson Purdue.
Purdue had a great debut.
Geez, not only a great debut, but just a great game in general.
Yeah.
He should probably be in first grade a little bit more often.
Yeah.
Which is it's nice to see. It's nice to see that we've got some people building, which is good.
Yeah, exactly. Some local talent, homegrown
100%
talent.
homegrown, yeah,
Yep.
100%. I would probably say Burns was incredible defensively.
Yeah, yep.
I think Burns was very good defensively. I think, especially having to deal with Dom Young, Dom Young a little bit.
Yep, dangerous in attack. We know we've seen that all season.
Yeah,
So yeah,
100%.
Yep.
I think I was kind of surprised. I was kind of surprised with this one. Jason Tamalolo had probably the best game I've seen from him.
Yeah,
in maybe even 2 years.
couple seasons.
Yeah, a couple seasons for sure.
Yep.
And I was a little bit worried because he going into this game it wasn't looking like nothing was out of the ordinary or anything, but he just came into that game and lifted.
Yeah.
He just lifted.
Yeah.
His defense was incredible. Which he's not really known for defense.
Yep.
In the first place, he's known to be the battering ram,
Yep.
And he still played that role very well too.
Yep.
I think it's a great lift from the big man.
It did seem very reminiscent of that Panthers game, which we only just lost. He came on, he did his 20 minutes in the first half, 20 minutes in the second half, or thereabouts anyway, and just came out on fire, like he was renewed or something. It's I don't know whether it's picking and choosing maybe when that happens or what teams they play against and is utilised like that. But yeah, you're right. He was out there running amok the whole time, which was amazing to see. Despite all the media bullshit and everything they talk about and carry on about, it's just easy rag media for them. But
I think what was nice is out of all of the stuff that I watched on the game as well, the only person to bring him up and actually give him the rap was James Graham.
Yeah, which is good. Yeah, a fellow forward, and prone
big
to
man
injury or
recognize
whatnot.
a big man.
Yeah, exactly. Knowing exactly what that position or what it's like. I think Drinkwater had a great game as well. Always great in attack and whatnot, but been pretty lackluster in defence the last few, or this year, we'll say this year as a whole. But I think he did quite well.
He still wasn't great defensively this game, I will say, but
his attack was on.
The one big difference was that he was running the line again.
Yeah,
and
exactly
look
right.
what happened. He ran the line. He got a try.
He got a try from it. Yeah,
and he got other people tries as well.
Yep.
So another person. Who was it that got the try of him?
Back to being dangerous.
Yeah, I can't think of it right now, but it was good. It was nice to see him finally actually having a crack again.
Yep. Yeah, great. It was good to see Drinky. That's it, sort of stepping up and running that team.
I think he even said himself after the game with Matty Johns as well.
Yep.
Even after the game, he said himself, we needed to lift this week, and
they did,
especially myself.
Yep.
And he took a bit of ownership on that, and he showed that he did.
Pulled the finger out, and did. And like you mentioned earlier, Jackson Purdue, amazing effort. Some of the lines that he ran, man. I think it was probably toward the end of the game, there was one he made a break and just running an absolute muck. He was on fire. No one could catch him. And he went over for a try as well, I believe. He did. His try was
I think it might have been him off Drinky.
Possibly. Actually. I think you're right. Yeah, talking about that. Yeah. Amazing debut. Great talent. We've seen a few people the last few years debut in that spot. Laybutt. And as well as Riley Price and that, and have amazing games in that. Just great to see some local talent. Yeah, getting an opportunity
Riley
there
went to
as
the
well.
Panthers, didn't he?
He did. Yeah.
Has he even had a go at the Panthers yet?
I don't think he's played first grade for the Panthers just yet. I don't think he will for a little bit. They'll probably have to see some injury or whatnot, but just his opportunities there, I think probably a bit greater maybe, or he was thinking it was at the time. He probably would have already gotten a decent shot by now with the injuries we've seen and, Hiku going and whatnot. But
come home, Riley.
Yeah, come home. We'll take you. You're fourth in line now, though. Burns, like you said as well. Clifford, I think Clifford had a great game. His kicking again, very potent, which was good when he got the opportunity.
You know what? I was so skeptical about Burns.
Yeah.
When he got
first
picked up.
Yeah, yep.
I was so skeptical, and you know what? Not even slightly anymore. I think his defensive effort coming to the Cows has been nothing short of sensational.
Yeah. The experience,
which is what we needed.
The experience has not worn off. Yeah,
absolutely not.
He's a first grade player.
His defensive effort has been just phenomenal, which is something that we've needed more than anything, really.
Yeah.
The attack was never a question. And that's the same thing. We talk about that till the cows come home.
Yeah.
Never a question on attack.
Yeah.
but his attack is fantastic as well.
Yep.
He's very, very Johnny on the spot. He's
Yep.
very Johnny on the spot.
Yep.
Knows where he's got to be, which is good.
Yep.
Capable of multi-scoring.
Mm-hmm.
Big.
Mm-hmm.
But then on top of that, his defense is just immaculate.
Yeah.
And that's what we've been missing, really.
Something that we're pretty desperate for this year to have.
I think that's a fantastic replacement for Muzz when Muzz also needs to do other things like rep and stuff like that. So I'm very glad that he's around.
Yeah, you got someone solid there, definitely. Neem again. Neem had a good game, I think. He's been one of our shining lights in that forward pack this year anyway.
Ben Hennett in disguise.
Yeah, literally. As well as Thomas McKaylee. I don't know what I thought he may have gone off and possibly failed a HIA or something, but I don't think he did. Now, I know JWH, again, oddly enough, a couple plays later got picked up for high contact. He come in for a tackle and shouldered him straight in the chin or in the jaw, rather. But, yeah, it wasn't too long after that. I think he got, whether Peyton took him off and just didn't utilise him again or what. I don't think I saw him come back on, unfortunately. So, something that he probably, he should be getting a bit more game time. We say that every week. He should be getting a bit more game time. But, yeah, started the game. He did start the game this week due to Origin and whatnot. But, yeah, we just didn't see him come back, unfortunately. Sucked for my fantasy because he was set to be scoring quite well, unfortunately. Jamal Shibasaki as well had an all right debut. He did pretty decent. Now he's another local talent, local junior. That's getting the call up and getting his opportunity, which was awesome.
Was it his brother that we had here as well?
Yeah. Yep. We've had a few Shibasakis rather come through.
I think he went to the Rabbits, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, he, with the Blackhawks, but Rabbits picked him up. He's got whatever,
out of necessity, that's right.
Whether it's a train and trial contract or something like that, he does. Yeah, Rabbits did pick him up for whatever it is, definitely.
Well, I think they fast-tracked him. I think it was a fast-tracking because of
injury.
Yeah. They've literally got like 11 people out or something. It's terrible.
Yeah, exactly.
Terrible.
And then we saw in the reserves as well, he didn't obviously get an opportunity, didn't get a go, but Thomas Duffy still on the verge there. That's one I think everyone's wanting to see, or anyone that's been following his progression over the years. Thomas Duffy's another local junior, some homegrown talent.
It's close.
Who's very solid.
It's close.
He's on the verge, man. All it would take is... some sort of injury or a change in position or something late. And I think
with Chester now, is Chester injured again now?
I don't know. I've actually got to look into that. I believe Nelson might have mentioned when we were talking about it. He played Q Cup, and whether he aggravated that hamstring, whether it was a proper full-on injury again or not, I don't know, because he was in the side up until that game day.
And they pulled it.
Possibly had aggravated it, and they said, look, again, much like Hines, although he didn't get to run on, we might not risk it. It's not worth risking it. We do want
Chester going, it pretty much only takes one more center to go, right? And then Duffy gets put in?
Yeah, very well, very possibly, man. Yep, exactly right. Positive signs.
Sort of pray not, but also at the same time, I think it'd be good if he does get a run.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Yeah.
For him and exciting for all the Tom Duffy
fans.
He's
due, and he's very due. He's deserving. Anyone could pick him up, and he'll probably get a run somewhere else. But I think he wants to play for the Cowboys. He's hanging around, so he does. He deserves a shot at some point. You know what I mean?
But also, seriously, can we? And this is for all teams. Can we stop getting injuries?
Yeah, man. It's we're going to talk about it for the rest of the year. Unfortunately, it's a trend, and it's not stopping or slowing down. Just re-aggravation of injuries, of the same injuries, or just
really nasty
strains,
new ones.
tears, things like that. That's it. Soft tissue stuff.
Surprisingly, so many biceps.
Yeah, there has been a few this year as well, which is unfortunate.
I mean, the amount of ACLs and the amount of MCLs we've seen is just
hamstrings.
Stupid. Just
hamstrings was the flavour of the month or 2 months as well, thrown in there, unfortunately.
Just knees and legs is just...
Yeah,
it's insane. It's
rather
insane.
Unfortunate, definitely. But yeah, on the road up, which is good. I mean, we're still probably ways away from being able to take on or defeat some of those top tier teams at the moment, I think. But the signs are there showing improvement. And as long as we can stick to the methods and what we've been showing and just keep improving on it, we're on our way back to where we should be, which is positive signs.
Absolutely.
Next week, we do have the Raiders, or this next weekend. Sorry, we've got this weekend at home. I'm getting ahead of myself. It's round 14 this week. We've got the Warriors here, I believe.
Indeed, yeah.
Let me just double check that one. It is 5:30 Saturday. We've got the Warriors here. Now, this one again, haven't seen Teamless Tuesday, but I think there's still going to be a couple people playing out of position or in those necessity roles at the Warriors. So could be a little bit tough for them traveling over here, but I would hope honestly they rest some of these Origin players, Cotter specifically in that.
They need to rest Cotter.
Yeah,
Cotter's the one I'd be looking at for sure.
They're just going to wear him out otherwise, flog him out, and they're going to be no good in a couple of years. But
you could maybe, I think the ones you keep in, I think you keep Murray out, and I think you keep Rubes out.
Yeah,
for sure.
Bring possibly Deard in, or depending on how they pull up.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, depending on how they pull up, it's probably the main one. But I think the people that are most prone to injuries more than any of them are, it's Rubes and Murray.
Yeah,
they're the ones you need to rest for sure.
Yeah, and we're pretty. I mean, we're not stacked, but we're okay with forwards in that at the moment, and also that wing spot with Burns, we're pretty confident we're safe there at the moment. So,
and speaking of as well, I mean, up against the Warriors this week, you know, that'll be a Burns versus Dallin. Burns versus Dallin. So that is going to be epic.
Going to need a defensive effort, proportions
This
as well.
will really test his defense, for one.
Yeah.
And this will also test his attack as well, because it's very hard to get around Dallin as well.
Quite fast, and he's explosive. We know he is. We'll wait for Teamless Tuesday, obviously. But
tall and lanky.
Yeah, he's got some reach for sure. We'll wait for Teamless Tuesday tomorrow to find out what the go is there, who gets named in that, whether they do get named in the squad as well. You know, we've seen it before, they get named and they do get rested last minute, but we'll see what happens there. But I think this is actually going to be quite a tough game because the Warriors have been very surprising and what they've been dishing up has been quite good for what they've got in terms of injuries and players out of position or playing, getting the call up, second string people getting the call up at the moment. It's it's no easy feat. It's not going to be an easy game anyway.
I 100% agree. I think this is going to be one of those ones where Drinky actually needs to sort of really sit down and actually overanalyze what's going on, because Tuapiki is most likely going to be the one playing. I don't think SJ's ready again yet.
Yeah, from what I've heard, I mean, he's still got that Achilles thing. I think they're managing, but
That's right. I think it'll be Tuapiki again.
And
you cannot underestimate that kid. He's quick. He is very, very, very eyes up. He's incredibly eyes up.
Yeah.
So
we saw against that in that Panthers game.
I mean, we've seen them dismantle teams that are pumping.
Yeah, exactly right.
We've seen him as well specifically dismantle teams that are pumping. So I mean, Drinky's got to really focus up on Tuapiki for sure.
Real left field sort of stuff. Yeah,
very, very much so.
Exactly. Look, I'm going Cowboys, tipping the Cowboys to win anyway, but I don't.
It's definitely Cows 1-12 for me.
Yeah, I think it is going to be a close one, and not just saying that to make it a safe bet or safe tip, but they've been amazing, the Warriors, for what they've got at the moment, for what they've dished up. It's been really good. So I would be surprised not to see at least a maybe 6-point difference. 6 to 8 point difference in that end result. Definitely hoping it goes Cowboys' way, obviously. I reckon it will. But that's my tip, I think, anyway.
I think the one thing that makes this game a bit sus as well is that both these teams are statistically, Cowboys are actually a bit more statistically better in the second half now I believe. With the later half of the year starting to kick in now. Based on the last few games anyway, I think it sort of evens out. But Warriors are statistically one of the best first half teams.
Yeah, right.
Which is not good for us.
Because
we usually
it's a mismatch.
We usually get it. We start slow start.
Yeah.
Slow start.
So we're hoping they don't put too many points on.
Yeah, it's going to be where we can weather the storm first.
Yeah.
And then deal with it afterwards.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
But I still think it's going to be Cows by 1-12.
Yep.
Probably looking at maybe a 6 or an 8 point line.
Yep, and hopefully they're not playing catch up for too long or having to play catch up. But that's looking like what it might be. All right, well, that's probably about it for this week. I don't think there's too much more to look at. We've obviously got most of our key players out for
Probably
Origin.
not too much of a point going into the week after.
Yeah,
but,
yeah, not just yet. I mean,
there's going to be way too many injuries and stuff to come. I mean, pray not.
Hopefully not.
Pray
Potential
not, but
though. There's too much potential.
There's so much potential with Origin, and then also this game as well.
Yeah.
People playing, maybe not so familiar with the first grade side and whatnot.
Yeah.
So it's going to be tough. It's going to be. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Obviously we've got a few players out for Origin,
I think we must be getting close to our bye as well, aren't we?
There is not next week, the week after. I think it's our first one, man.
Round 16,
which is good. It's a good ace to have up the sleeve. A few late bye rounds this year, especially
another 2, right?
Yeah, especially with how our form is, or has been rather, how we've dropped down the ladder. It's going to come in handy for sure.
Jeez, to not get a bye until round 16, that is very lucky.
Yeah, we've had that last year. Been blessed a bit. There's a couple teams like that. They've had really good bye schedules for that sort of thing as well. A couple players out for Origin, obviously, both sides. So good luck to Reece Robson getting the hooking role for New South Wales there, getting the call back up. If anyone's going to do the job, it's him. So he's well deserving, I think.
And again, very well deserved.
Yeah, very well deserved. I think the teams
ignore the chat. You earned it, bro.
Teams forms nothing as a whole on individuals' performance in that, and I think he's been one of the better ones all year for us, which is telling. Madge has seen that and used a bit of common sense with what he was picking, and obviously all the usuals for the Cowboys, which is good to see again. Very good from a Queenslander perspective, I think, as well. Anyway, you've probably noticed we've got our Canes crew hats going on here. These are actually given away over on the other podcast, Hit the Gap. Now, what we'll do, anyone that's watching this at the moment or listening to this, if you head over and listen to or watch the Hit the Gap one, have a listen around the end there and just listen to what our predictions are for the score lines. And in the post that you see this from or whatever, or hear this from, it'll be either comment it on the YouTube video or maybe message it in to the Instagram page or on the Facebook post, comment what the predicted score lines are, and we'll be picking someone to win one of these bad boys, I think, which is quite stylish, I think, in my opinion. I'm thinking as well.
Far better than a Blatchy's Blue.
Yeah, far better than that. You don't want to worry about them Blatchy's Blues. They're useless. They're worth nothing. These are going for quite exorbitant amounts. Secondhand, I'm hearing. You can't pick them up. They're quite rare. So have a listen to that, and if you want to pick one of these up, we'll give the second one away probably, around game 2 sometime there. Obviously, Origin's on Wednesday, so we're going to have to send this out after that, but we'll send the second one out in time for game 2. So keep your ears open and eyes peeled and whatnot, and we'll have some more Origin chat coming in the future. Anything more you think this week to talk about for our Cowboys?
Not really for the Cows. I think we're covered. But 3 words: fear the deer.
Fear the deer. Yeah, right choice.
Fear the deer, baby.
Right
Go
choice.
Maroons.
Right choice was made, and I think we're going to see some great results from it.
100%.
Yep. Go to Maroons.